Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Mic check. How's the mic? Mic check. 1 2 1 2 3.
Samantha Joy Blossom donated $5 through Super Chat. It's party time. Musical notes.
It's party time. Thank you, Samantha.
Lab After Dark is starting.
It is party time. And we're going to have fun tonight.
Right.
Enough of this serious bull crap.
Open that Pandora's door.
Let's talk about real life cartoon characters.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
The Giants lost tonight. It's terrible. 11-3. Where's Muscles at? I feel your pain.
What's the point in causing these ruptures?
Although, I don't know what the
Lab After Dark
Giants got smoked, dude.
starts now.
By the Brewers. By the Milwaukee Brewers. There's this beer that's sold, and I don't drink alcohol at all anymore. Only because I don't like the taste of it, not because I have a alcohol problem. And, you know, I know that they're being sensitive about that because I know that there are people, and Lakers did win. Luka with a 31-piece McNugget. Warriors tomorrow. I know, not a big sports, you know, but I love the Lakers and the Savannah Bananas. They're fun to watch. I like them. And let me see here. Giants suck anyway. Oh, Seth, I bet you don't know a thing about baseball. You just strike me as the kind of guy that's not a baseball guy. Like, you strike me more as like a hockey or I don't know. Just gonna keep your Bay Area hours to yourself. No. The Giants? No. But that's actually really funny because you know that there's like a San Francisco Giants and then a New York Giants. Hockey is very violent. Yes, it certainly is. All right. So I'm gonna play this for you. This is from. There's this guy named Mike Francesa, and he's like a legendary New York. He does a call-in show, or he used to. He's retired from, I believe, WFAN 101.9 in New York, and it's like the Yankees station. And imagine having to take calls for 3 hours a day from New Yorkers. It's unbelievable. It's tough. They're tough to deal. They're tough folks to deal with, you know, because they talk about the Jets, the Knicks, the Mets, the Yankees, and they get very worked up. To put it politely. Well, I could be a baseball announcer. Mm-mm. Anyway. I have not. All right. I want you to hear this really fast. So this guy calls up because there's a San Francisco Giants team and then there's a New York Giants team. And Mike Francesa gets asked some of the weirdest questions ever. So let me play this for you really quick.
Dan in Warwick, what's up, Dan?
Hey, Mike. I just got a question about the Giants. In your years of experience, have you ever seen, how the San Francisco Giants were once the New York Giants? Has there ever been either a franchise to franchise or maybe even player to player get together when San Francisco comes to New York? Like, do they ever say hi, maybe, I don't know, go out to dinner or something?
I don't know what are you talking about?
Is there ever any interaction when the San Francisco Giants come to New York or vice versa?
The San Francisco Giants come to New York and do what?
Have a game,
they play against the Mets, and what do you want to happen now?
Do the New York Giants ever reach out to them, either the players or the franchises?
The football Giants?
Yeah, the football Giants.
Well, what is the connection between the San Francisco Giants and the football Giants?
Well, they used to be in New York, and they got the same name.
But they have nothing to do with each other, though. There's no connection. They have different ownership. There's no connection between the two teams. I mean, there's no connection in any way between the two teams. They have no relationship. Do you think because they're Giants are like brothers or something? That might be the weirdest question I got in a long time. I mean, that might, and I think that's an honest question. That might be the strangest question I got in a really long time. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they have the Giant picnic. They hold it over in Totowa, I think it is. And then they have the Giant relay race and the Giant raffle. And then they all get together for the Giant breakfast the next morning, and then they go their separate ways. It is true. It's a July weekend every year when it happens.
I mean, there's like compilations of this guy getting trolled constantly. It's like an everyday thing. Or it was. He's retired now, so I don't think he has to take those calls anymore. But he did it for years. Samantha Joy, Josh, fun fact, I went to school for sports broadcasting, but changed my major last minute to marketing. But I love every minute of what I did get to partake in. So, I mean, then you should still do some broadcasting. I mean, all of his flabbers are gassed. And I liked your live earlier too. It was funny. Good old B Tim back in the day. Just loving, taking it back old school. Guy's a freak, I'll tell you that. An absolute freak. One of the weirdest. Also, did anybody hear about this Shannon Sharpe situation? What a crazy situation that is. I don't know if it's like all over the news now, and it's getting really, really weird and ugly and, personal, and like he's getting sued by this 20-year-old lady. She's like an OnlyFans. She's suing him for $50 million for, let me just bring the article up really quick. It's a really weird, it's getting really weird. I don't know how many of you know who Shannon Sharpe is, but Shannon Sharpe is he's a Hall of Fame football player. He played for the Denver Broncos. I think he played with John Elway. He was a Super Bowl winner, and went on to work for ESPN. Now he does commentating. I don't know who he works for exactly now. I have no idea. But I mean, he hosts a YouTube show called, I believe it's called Uncle Shay Shay. And let me show you here. I'll bring it up. It's so weird. All right, so this is Shannon Sharpe right here, okay? And so he's a famous sports commentator. But here's the thing. The guy's 56 years old. 56 years old. And this girl at the time, I say woman, girl, whatever, was 19 years old when they were hooking up. I think he was 50, which would make him 54 at the time. So she's 50. So he's 54 years old. She is 19. She's an OnlyFans content creator. And first of all, look, just because something is legal doesn't make it good. Okay. or okay just because it's not against the law. 54, 19. I'm 39 years old. And I know 19, this is 19 is crazy. That's a crazy age. It's wild. So she's suing him for $50 million because she alleges that he assaulted her. Well, are you dating a 19-year-old? You're 20. Well, look, it's too much. It's too much. My son is 21 years old, 21 years old. His wife is 20. It's weird. I mean, it's not something that I can fathom. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing. Let me, it's crazy. Yeah, DiCaprio does that shit too, and I think it's weird that he does it too. I mean, but whatever. Bill Belichick, all these guys that have money, and check this out. I have not heard Stephen A's take on it, but that'll be interesting. Give me a second here. So she was named as a Jane Doe, but he exposed her name. He released a bunch of text messages, all that kind of stuff. It's actually kind of gross the way that they $50 million. So he's about to get like this I think he's about to get $100 million deal or something along those lines. From some media company, but I want to find his Twitter because I think he tweeted something out. God, he's like still doing his show and everything. I mean, he's just moving forward. Good for him. I mean, not really, but jeez. I guess there's a lot of money on the line. All right, here we go. So this is his.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself.
So apparently he's saying that there's going to be a sex tape released.
You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate them.
Because he's leaked text messages, and now they're going to leak a sex tape where apparently she tells him no.
Media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
Now, it's not... I don't exactly, without knowing all the details, and I understand like this guy is the guy that's suing him is a famous lawyer that goes after very rich men. He says rich black men. I don't know if that's the case or not. But you know, he's involved in these things. Kind of like, I always forget the lady that represents the women. She's like that really famous lawyer. I don't know how Diddy plays into everything, but he somehow he always manages to. I could tell you that. But the issue here is they have been in Gloria Allred. There you go. Thank you. Come to find out, these two, she's suing for $50 million. They have been in negotiations for some time now, and he offered her $10 million already for this to go away. And she rejected it, which makes it so much more shady and interesting. It just came out that he was litigating with her and offered her $10 million, and she turned it down. So, I mean, that's something crazy. $10 million. So I don't know how to feel about it. It's going to be ugly. This is going to get bad. You know, Shannon Sharpe is one of the, he's a really big media presence, and who knows? I mean, $10 million, if you didn't do anything, I mean, I don't know why you would want to pay her off. But I guess $10 million is a lot. So I don't know. That's another thing. Maybe it's just better. Well, I mean, $10 million is a lot of money. I mean, think about it. If you had $1 million, you could probably live off of, you know, if you have to pay taxes, you could live for 10 years, probably on $80,000 a year. $80,000 a year is a lot of money. And so I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. But $10 million is a lot I don't know why she rejected it. Maybe it's going to be so bad, man. I tell you. But I have a couple problems. Is that 54 and 19? I think that's weird. I think 54 years old and a 19. I just think it's, like I said, just because it's legal doesn't mean it's okay. It's pretty crazy. Okay, but that's not what he's getting sued for, and that's not what he's in trouble for. Fine. But, you know, with guys like this who have money and status, and wouldn't you just get married or have a longtime girlfriend or something? Because, I mean, you are absolutely right, Majesty. You're asking for trouble. It's just absolutely, it's trouble. You know, the Kobe Bryant situation when it happened with Kobe. You know, he says, "Well, I didn't force myself on her, but I had relations with her, paid her off, and you know, it's just a really messy situation." But at first you're kind of going, okay, well, she's just looking for a payday, because sometimes that happens. Sometimes that does happen. But Josh, that's the problem. They were in a consensual relationship, and at some point she did not consent, and he forced his way allegedly. That is the allegation. No question about it. And I understand. And you know, I don't know. I don't know how this will turn out. He's going to end up probably settle at some point. He'll probably settle for like a 20 mil. I don't know. I could see him doing it. Because sometimes it is just easier to make things go away, I guess. But check. I want to play this for you because this just came out too. Yeah, I'm going to play that right now. He did.
And you're just going to hang up on me. So I feel like.
Okay, so
you're just gonna like
this
get
is being released.
You're just gonna like.
All right, this is released by I believe TMZ. So he starts releasing text messages now, and then he released her name. Now she just released an audio clip.
You're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like.
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
You're just gonna like get mad at.
Yikes. So it's not good. This is gonna be ugly. It's gonna be bad. It may, because of audio like this, there may be some validity to what she's saying, possibly, but no, it's bad. I mean, you can't threaten people.
Gonna hang up on me, so I feel like.
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you.
Let me see here. He said he should have paid that. He tried to pay the 10 million. That's what he wanted to do, but she wouldn't accept it. She wants 50.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
And sometimes I do question, I don't know if the police were ever involved in this. It doesn't seem like it's a criminal case. It's a civil case. And sometimes that's how people go about it. But I mean, I agree that it's not just about a payout, but he has money. But it could mean a couple different things. And Kelsey, you're right when you say, I think he said dick, but I don't know, Jazz. I'm not sure. It sounds like he has choked her before. That's true. A lot of rich people do pay off accusers of a lot of things.
You're just gonna like
choke one more time. I'm gonna choke out of you when I see you.
So he's gonna effing choke the shit out of you. Not always. Yeah, the yeah you do is crazy.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
So it's gonna be this is gonna be wild. I don't know. I just didn't know if any. I thought maybe Shannon Sharpe was a little bigger than what people. She apparently texted you want to put a dog collar on. She apparently texted that she wanted him to put a dog collar on her neck, and there sounds like some BDSM. Yeah, that's a dog collar? My God, dude. I just have issues with the 54, 19-year-old thing. I just do. I think it's crazy. It's legal. I get it. But it's weird to me. That is way too big of an age difference. Wow. You are looking for trouble, and he found it. And so we'll see how it turns out. It's going to be, it'll be interesting. He's going to countersue, and this will be in litigation for quite some time. It's kind of like when, you remember Diddy. I think he paid off, I think it was Cassie, a lot of money too. OJ, all-American reputation, and then we all learned about who he really was. We don't know who these kind of people are. OJ was extremely protective of his reputation. Extremely. And you saw what happened. The age, release of the name and text questionable. Same for her. The age and declining the money and putting edited stuff out is all messy. It's gonna be the worst. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. There's just there's just a lot of issues with it. It really is. And I don't know if many of you remember Ben Roethlisberger, but he was accused of SA twice. And I can't remember if there was money paid out, but I know the second time the district attorney looked into it. And I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And, it's obviously just disappointing because he was out in clubs and he was just getting smashed all the time, probably making questionable decisions. But I remember when the district attorney was talking about it. The district attorney said that they're not going to press charges. And the reason that they're not going to press charges isn't because that they don't have the evidence, or is because they don't, they don't have the evidence, but that doesn't mean that they believe that he was innocent, was what was said, which was a scathing, damaging remark from a district attorney. They didn't have the evidence to prosecute him, but that doesn't mean that he was innocent of a crime, which is weird and a terrible, terrible look, for anybody. And so, anyway, we'll keep an eye on that one because it's confusing, but it's not. Basically, they're saying, look, we just don't have enough evidence to prosecute him, but that there was something there. That there was something there. And who knows what it was. They just didn't feel they had enough to prosecute him, to charge him, and that's all. Doesn't look good for none of it looks good for anybody. All right, now let's get from one asshole to the next. Let's see here. Yeah, the Roethlisberger thing was terrible. I don't know if it was against the law or what, but anyway, on to this dickwad. So this is, let's listen to this. And then I'm going to introduce you or reintroduce people to one of the craziest real life cartoon characters that you've ever seen in your life, who has ran amok, and you might like it, but let's check this out.
I mean, she's a really passive aggressive type, that Grizzly. That's what she does. She sort of sneaks around. If there's anybody that's bashing me, she goes over and goes, "Hey, everybody, let me send all my people over there."
Sneaks around.
Just sick. You know, I never have done that on my show where I send people over to like another channel to like attack somebody. It's ridiculous. That guy's an embarrassment. I mean, should be scorned and shunned by every single person, but you don't do it.
The thing, he gets really jealous. Yeah, he's very jealous.
It's interesting, though. Do you see the way he correlates? Yeah, Jesus.
Look, I know the feeling. Sometimes I go, holy shit, I can't believe that many people watch this shit. But I keep it to myself mostly. Most of the time, not always.
Give me a break. All right? Yeah. But you don't think it's just ludicrous to dress up like a clown and sit there and stare and just try to convince people, yeah? And yeah. This is...
Dude, she's like... She's just laps ahead of him.
Right, but why'd you watch it, Renee? Did you get anything valuable out of her? Did you make a... here's what I want to know, Renee. After you were done, did you type in the comment section, "This is ludicrous and an embarrassment to the true crime community"? Did you type that in, Renee? Because if you didn't, I'm ashamed of you, okay? Because that means you watched it with some interest, like, ooh. Okay, so when I go over there, I better see that you made that comment. All right?
Well, Rosebud, it's what I call a flesh-colored beard. I know it's a weird sounding thing, but it's what it is. I mean, it matches his skin color. So it's kind of, but it's like really, it's a weird beard.
Well, that guy's got a big channel. That's the scariest part about it. Yeah. So, if you're going to admit that you went over there and you don't make a comment underneath it, that it's shameful and
yeah, he's ripping Grizzly,
embarrassing, then don't tell me you went there.
Then don't tell me you went there. If you didn't leave a comment condemning everything that's ever been done over there, then don't you dare. Don't you dare come into my chat. But Gray, she put out all these FOIAs. But Gray, she flew a plane. But Gray.
Okay,
because that's exactly what you need to be doing. You actually need to leave a comment that is condemning the behavior.
that's exactly what you need to be doing.
And if you don't, then I'm going to block you.
Yeah, that's not what I asked you, Renee. Did you make the comment underneath it? Yeah, I don't know what makes you scared.
I don't know why it makes you scared, but you better leave that comment.
I wish I had a magic wand. I would make a few channels just disappear. I'm sure there's people that would want to do that about mine.
Magic wand. I'm looking, I don't see one.
Because of all the bullshit that they think, but
it is. It's I don't have a wand, but if I had one. Ooh. Here's my magic wand.
large portion.
Do you need some color in your life? Are you feeling gray?
Ooh.
Are you down?
Abracadabra.
Grumpy? Try Just for Men, Touch of Gray.
Here we go.
It'll turn the grumpiest of assholes into a bright
Here's my
colorful
magic wand.
day. Don't be gray.
That's me making him disappear. He's a piece of shit. Josh is the worst person of all time. The worst person of all time.
Yeah, well, I'm
gonna have to put you in timeout, Renee, until you go over and you do it. Abracadabra.
to put you on timeout, Renee, until you go over and do it. Okay? So let me know when you've made that comment over there.
Let me know when you've made that comment over there. You suck.
There. Okay?
Okay. The okay. I got to start incorporating that. The okay. Okay. Let me know, Renee, when you go over there and leave that comment. Okay. This is bullshit. Okay. This is ridiculous. Okay. Okay.
All right. Let me know.
Okay.
No, give us a shout back when you've made that
Oh, Ashley coming in hot with $4.99. Okay.
comment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about Renee. I just had to put her on timeout till she goes and takes care of that.
I don't know. I have no idea if it's against terms of service. Asking somebody to go over and comment or demanding somebody go into comment is I don't know if it's against terms of service, but it's kind of like Shannon Sharpe being 54 dating a 19-year-old. It's not proper.
All right, let's see. Where are we at?
Okay.
Here. No, he's only been around for a year, True Blue, and he's a total dipshit, okay?
He did the okay. Listen. He's a total dipshit, okay? Okay.
So.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Muscles. It's very kind of you. 20 Lab After Dark memberships, and then, okay. So you like that? Did you like that? The parallel there? It's not appropriate. I'll tell you that. I don't know anything else about it. Okay. Yes. Run Renee. Where's Renee? Renee, come over here. Hang out with us, Renee. You can say whatever the frig you want and in somebody else's chat.
Here. Renee, I just had to put her on timeout till she goes and takes care of that.
Okay. What the fuck?
All right, let's see. Where are we at? Here. No, he's only been around for a year, True Blue, and he's a total dipshit. Okay, so.
He's a total dipshit. Okay.
I'm going to put you on timeout, too.
Okay. Too lazy to say okay. This video is made today, or it was put out today. Okay. What's up, Zero Jewel? Okay.
He used to do just
let's see. Anyone know this guy? Is he a jerk in real life, or is this his shtick on YouTube? Are you talking about me? I'm a jerk in real life.
interrogations.
Okay. I'm a jerk in real life. Okay.
And then he switched over to pretending he knows what the hell he's talking about. It's just
I can't imagine it. No. I know. I'm just kidding. It's lighthearted. All right. Let's talk some shit.
Embarrassing. You know? Anybody can do what he does.
Anybody can do what he does. Okay.
The fake, ooh, look at the picture in the background.
Ooh, look at the picture in the back.
Now, when we analyze the wording in it, if we subtract out the two L's, we come up with something totally different. It's weird. He's
talking about the True Crime Circus guy.
Now, there are different opinions. There's different idiots. That's what it is. So right over here, it goes like this. I've seen her do.
So now he's back. Now he's back to. Now he's back to Grizzly.
Do it, though.
Okay. Okay.
That's the thing. That's just, I don't know how anybody watches that stuff. Can't think her way out of a shoebox.
Hi, Jennifer.
Just has a nice little chart on the screen and, hey, everybody, what do you think? And get the hell out of here. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh.
And get the hell out of here. Yeah. Okay. Hey, everybody, what do you think? And get the hell out of here. Yeah. Okay. Good
Okay.
stuff. Good stuff.
Still fighting with idiots on Hoosier's comments. Look,
The Grizzly is a nice. I don't know her. I mean, I've watched her show. She's very professional. She's not disparaging anybody. She just wants to do her thing, and she does. And she does it very. She does it very well. She has a big audience, and he's just pissed off because that's who he thinks that's who he thinks he should be. He should be she. He's a she. He wants to be a she. He wants to be her. Allegedly. I'm not sure how he got there. Okay. I want to be her. She doesn't want to be me. Okay. Okay.
Mel.
Yeah, she's always on the conspiracy side because it sells.
Maybe she just likes that. That's maybe how she works. Okay.
She'll never push back against her audience too either.
Oh yeah, that's a. Hold on. She'll never push back against her audience.
If it doesn't agree, it's ridiculous. I do. If I know something to be true and I'm really or certain something to be, I'll push back. I don't care.
If I know that something, because did you know that if you cut off your baby toe, the little one, the little pinky baby toe, it actually grows back. Okay. Okay. If you don't know, you can actually lose your little baby toe, but it grows back like an alligator's tail. Okay. It's true. Both of mine were cut off when I was just a lad. Just a wee little gray. They called me Gray. Gray E.
You know, if people don't like me because of it, they don't like me. Well, I don't care, Regina, if you were or not. Okay? I don't care if you were or not.
He doesn't care, Regina. Okay? He doesn't care. He's not hard to not watch. I don't like you because you're gray hues. And I also, by the way, in Kat says, yes, I'll have a Macho and Otis stream because they need to be seen. They are fantastic. And they're just made for it. But I owe you guys a Q&A. But I haven't figured out quite how I'm going to do that yet. And yeah, I'm not sure. We'll find out. I set myself up for it. That's true. He's not a very nice
Just has a nice little chart on the screen and, hey, everybody, what do you think? And get the hell out of here. Yeah, okay. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, it is. It is a live Q&A, unfortunately. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I really have no idea.
Still fighting with idiots on Hoosier's comments. Ludmau.
Yeah, she's always on the conspiracy side because it sells. She'll never push back against her audience too either.
Callie says, I used to really like Gray until one night I actually agreed with him, and apparently he took it wrong and came after me. A-hole. I haven't gone back since. Look, man, he makes maps. Okay. I don't know. I don't want to say anything like nice. Oh, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I don't know how he keeps people in there. He is. You should see him at Christmas parties. Hey, this punch sucks. Okay. Somebody needs to get some good punch. This red punch is played out. Okay. It's always talking shit about me, and the blue punch is way better. Shout out to the Crips. Okay.
If it doesn't agree, it's ridiculous. I do. If I know something to be true.
If I know something to be true, I tell you. The earth is not flat. It's more pancake-ish.
True, and I'm really or certain something to be, I'll push back. I don't care. You know, if people don't like me because of it, they don't like me.
Did you hear that? Was great. The frig is that? He's very jealous. Yeah, it's like flat is, people don't understand that flat means flat. That it's just flat. Not thick and flat. Okay? Okay.
Well, I don't care, Regina, if you were or not. Okay?
Okay. All right, Regina. Fucking Regina. Here, one more time. And then we'll move on to the man of the hour. At all costs. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But you don't think it's just ludicrous to dress up like a clown and sit there and stare and just try to convince people? Yeah.
Well, people have been dressing up like a clown since time immemorial. Haven't they?
And yeah. This is right. But why'd you watch it?
I don't think pancakes are like. I know people. Flat as a pancake. Paper is flat, but I don't think a pancake is really. It's flat-ish. Ish. Yeah. See, there you go. Clown clothes daily. Been going on a long time. They're very fluffy pancakes.
Shit, Renee. Did you get anything valuable out of her? Did you make a
flat as a pan? This is flat as a pancake.
Well, here's what I want to know, Renee. After you were done, did you type in the comment section, "This is ludicrous and an embarrassment to the true crime community"? Did you type that in, Renee? Because if you didn't, I'm ashamed of you. Okay, because that means you watched it with some interest, like ooh.
I can't believe he told this lady to go do that. I mean, that's wild to me. But...
Okay, so when I go over there, I better see that you made that comment. All right.
Cat sees you donated $5 through Super Chat. Because I want to see a Macho and Otis stream.
Yeah, that'll be more fun than the Q&A.
Well, that guy's got a big channel. That's the scariest part about it.
No, you don't throw stuff because of him. He's an asshole.
Man. So if you're going to admit that you went over there and you don't make a comment underneath it that it's shameful and embarrassing, then don't tell me you went there. Okay.
Then don't tell me you went there. All right, here we go. God, guy's wild, dude. Absolutely wild. Okay. Guess what? It's time for the super soldier. I did, yeah, I did see the finger point. Did he make enough money today? I don't know if he did. I doubt it. I might throw up. Don't throw up. The super soldier? Not ready for the super soldier? At all costs. Now, there may be some people here that do like Ernie Shell. Particularly not, I'm not one of them. Because, well, he's done like really continuously, it's not just like a one or two off type thing. He has meddled in the Summerwells case beyond what any normal YouTuber would do. He's just said some awful things, but at the same time, though, he's interesting, not in a good way. It's actually in a bad way. It's a bad way that he's interesting in. Very bad. I don't like him either. Muscles gifted 20 more. It's so kind of you, honestly. Memberships. And are you going to really help me with that Q&A? I might need some help. I might need some ideas from you and Kelsey. Help out. I'm lost. I don't know. I mean, I don't, how are we going to do it? I have no idea. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but I can already feel it. I'm ready for it. I will. I think he's funny. I think he is charming. I think he is insane. I think he is an addict. I think he is not ever honest. I think he's a mess. Where does charming come in on this? You have 13 questions already. 13. That's a lot of questions. I don't think I can answer that many. No, I think that Queen of Hearts is talking about Ernie. I think. Hard to say. Samantha Joy, thank you for gifting 5 Lab After Dark memberships. You guys are very kind. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with. He is a lolcow. I mean, that's really what he is. But I don't know. I think he just got out of the pokey too. I think. Anyway, so this is from a lot. This will introduce you to who he is. And well, look, if I don't want to answer the question, I'm not going to answer. Like if somebody asks me what my social security number is, I'm probably not going to answer that question, honestly. And then if somebody likes, I don't know, somebody wants to know about my medical history, probably not going to answer those questions.
That will not be the yeah. I don't know. Like I don't. Think he's handsome. I've heard that from people before, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he is. I have no idea. I don't know if he's charming or not. How do you handle hate or negativity online? I don't. I don't handle it. Is that a good answer? I thought it was a good answer. How do I handle it? I don't handle it. There's nothing to handle. Happens no matter what. What did I do last summer? That's a great question. I don't know. All right, next question. All right, here we go. The super soldier, Ernie Shell himself.
Well, I'm out here with the Special Forces of Liberty, anti-human trafficking and child exploitation, and we're actually at the base right now, the headquarters, getting ready to set out for a 60-day plus mission.
He looked a 60-day plus mission, but he looks like he's at like a church nativity scene.
We go over and meet senators, legislative members, Congress members on getting their laws passed for human trafficking and child exploitation. And
are we doing the Q&A now? What's your favorite color? It's red.
Child trafficking and how to get stuff in and out of school. So it's going to be pretty wild. It's part of the mission, and most of it's general awareness and
general awareness. He's all into general awareness. And he has a hat. Did he ever auction? Does anybody know if he has this hat that he's wearing in this video? You can't see it very well right now. But it's got what kind of teeth? It's got like alligator teeth or something in it.
I'm going to be
were you married? I was.
Coming live to you, the people.
I was married a long time ago.
Well, we're going to be seeing exactly what your leaders and who you.
He auctioned it off, Rosie. How much did he get for it? Did he get a grip? Well, he's not trolling. He's trying to convince people that this is what he does. You only get one question. Sorry. I don't know. All I can see. We'll get there. Maybe not tonight, but we'll get there. Who? Oh my God, really? He's not associated with anybody. He's the super soldier.
You elect and what they actually think about you. They'll be under camera and not even know it. So doing pretty good.
Are you, where's that is that Tennessee or?
No. I'm actually, this is in Alabama. It's an undisclosed area in Alabama.
His name's Ernie Shell. He's very popular on the internet for a lot of the wrong reasons. And he's a super soldier.
Okay. A mansion is a man.
He said he's a predator hunter. Like one of the guys online that hunts predators. Why was he in jail? I think he stole a van.
Mansion lake house and
it looks
pretty wild.
It looks nice.
Oh yeah.
Really
nice. It's awesome because you can actually see behind me. You see the cross. You see that?
Yeah, that's really cool. That is beautiful.
The cross. And then, of course, out by the lake, beautiful.
Banana, yeah, we do still speak. Which she's my kids' mom, so yeah, we get along very well.
Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah, you were stuck in the snow yesterday. I'm surprised you made it.
I like her husband too.
I was stranded for like 6 hours, or I was in Virginia first because I came from New York. This is a sudden mission that we uptook, and
this is January 2020, so this is peak COVID.
I came from New York and then got stuck in Virginia, and I was stuck for 9.5 hours there on the highway, and then got out of that and got back down into Tennessee and got stuck into about 5.5 hours there. So an 18-hour trip turned into be about a 37-hour trip.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's wild. So
a lot of the girls in the chat are saying you're cute.
Oh God, I get that a lot, and I appreciate it.
Oh God, I get that a lot. Oh,
I get that. Wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's wild. So
a lot of the girls in the chat are saying you're cute.
Nice.
Oh God, I get that a lot, and I appreciate that.
I get that.
And you guys, one good way to help everything is you guys support our movie coming out, Predator Hunter Nation 22. It's going to be a badass movie. You get to see action. You get to see it's based on real life. You actually get to see. I mean, there's a lot of mystery around me, and I'm starting to come out and talk to people about who I am and what I do and what I've done for years. I've sat on many panels, many Congress, judiciary panels, and talked to.
Yeah, he talks about this a lot too. One of the things that he wants people to think, he talks to like senators and governors and congressmen, and I don't know
about human trafficking, child trafficking. And, a lot of people don't know, but I'm the actual operations director for the Special Forces of Liberty. And
Special Forces of Liberty, dude. That's dope. Special Forces of Liberty. I'm actually the CEO at all costs. I'm the CEO of Special Forces of Liberty.
Training and general awareness, So, yeah, it's Liberty. And I don't know, but I'm the actual operations director for the Special Forces of Liberty. And what we do with training and general awareness, So, yeah, so I do a lot. I do a whole lot.
It is made up. There's no such thing. There's no actual Forces of Liberty. So,
and those girls, if they think I'm cute and everything, they can meet our members and everything. We'll be going to different state houses. It's a different state every day. So if we're in your area, and hell, y'all want to
if you want to meet Ernie Shell himself.
No, wait a minute. They know super chats going on this shit, are they, or nothing like that? So make sure nobody I gotta make some money out of this now, guys, because I ain't getting paid on this stuff. Nah, just playing.
There you go.
It's not about the money. So you guys check this out. I'm gonna go do some.
There you go. Now look at that. Look at him in all of his glory. Look at this. I'm zooming in. I gotta zoom in here. Hold on. Look at that hat, dude. That thing is. Wonder if he'll auction it off again. I wouldn't want it either, though. Let me zoom. Come on. Let me zoom. Look at that friggin' thing. Look at that, dude. Look at that hat. I don't know what I'm trying to see what it says. I can't tell. There's a homeless guy at our corner store who speaks to the governor. Look at that hat, dude.
Promotions. It's Make Pedophiles Cry Again t-shirt. It's it.
That's your answer.
Predator Hunter now. Nah, just playing. It's not about the money. So you guys check this out. I'm gonna go do some promotions.
That's what he does. He hunts pets. That's what he tells everybody.
Pedophiles Cry Again t-shirt. It's at Predator Hunter Nation. You guys check those guys out.
Oh,
Get
wait,
your
let me
t-shirts. It's awesome. I guarantee you it stops predators dead in their tracks.
I guarantee it. He was accused of being one time. That's true. Yeah, I don't know if it's so much mental. Like, do I think that he has some mental health issues? I do. Do I think that it's an excuse for what he does constantly? And that's what it is. I mean, it's a constant cycle. This isn't like I said, it's not a one-time thing.
I like that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get so much shit for this, for coming on this live. I know it, man. I tell everybody with YouTube content creators, I've just started out and I've got like 600-700, maybe something like that subscribers. I've only done it about a month. I've not been putting nothing out. They're like, well, we got to start getting stuff out. I'm like, start explaining to who you are, kind of like mysteryize it up. So I'm like, okay, I got the perfect idea. So I got involved with the Summer Wells case. And a guy, dang, Don, them, and all of them, that they hate my guts. I know they do, and other people hate my guts. But here's the fact of the matter is, you got to do it for the right reasons, and the right reasons is right there. And you got to do it for you, the people, but most importantly, your children, because child predators are not after us.
Yeah, some people are. Oh, he has health issues. All right. I've heard, and I don't know if it's true or not, that, some people have said that he may have HIV. I don't know if he does or not. I'm not going to disparage him for having it, but that's just what I've heard.
Children.
I don't know if it's true either.
We're going to die soon enough. What happens? What are we going to leave behind to our kids? What's going to happen? Their kids, That's the fact of the matter is.
So do you have a thought of what happened to Summer then, since you've been
She's been child trafficked.
You believe that?
Yeah, I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. The signs and symbols, the codes, the keys, the way they use it, the color.
Yeah, that's another thing he says a lot. Signs and symbols. Signs, and he admits he does? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's terrible.
Color codes, everything they did. A lot of people don't understand what color codes even is. Even with the red barrel for sale, the red barrel being red, the writing being white, in the rain, dancing in the rain, rainfall, that's a pedophilia symbol. It's a pedophilia sign. People don't understand that because they don't know what to look for. If you don't know what
you got to look for the signs and symbols
to look for, how do you hunt that down? How do you even know? It's around us and we don't even know it. We see it every day, but you guys don't even know it because you don't know what to look for. And again, if I hadn't had this other obligations, this operation we took up on, the 60-day plus mission that actually starts tomorrow, and that we're actually down here trying to get our mindset, because this is a military operation. We do report to the Joint Chief of Staff on this. So, yes, I would have gladly, joined the protest, even though I didn't know what the hell it was, just because of what it stood for and what the cause was. Yeah.
Right.
That's how much I know about the deal. I'll be there. I'm actually going through Dallas, Texas to handle a little bit of a business. Plano, Texas, as a matter of fact.
Plano, Texas. I've never heard it pronounced Plano before. Heard of Plano. I'm going to Plano, Texas.
It would like to know when.
Keep an idea what I said. Check this out. Listen, ladies. I'll be in Plano, Texas. I got to handle a little business from a YouTuber.
There you go, Leggett.
Plano, Texas.
I'm also trying to promote my YouTube channel now. If you could do that, it would be awesome. Because it is general awareness for the parents and grandparents, and
is it Ernie Shell what is it called?
It's Operation Rescue Our Children.
Operation Rescue. Okay.
Our children.
Out of Plano,
and then
Texas.
I appreciate that. That means a lot because I'm not charging nothing for general awareness. I won't do that, as I think that every parent and grandparent should know that and should know the updated skills on how child traffickers and child predators prey on their children. I mean, that's
I don't know. It kind of looks like Sherlock Holmes, sort of.
The main number one.
What am I? Oh crap!
if I hadn't, and this is, people call me scam artist and stuff like that.
People call him a scam artist. Okay. One of my favorite videos, and if anybody can find it and email it to me, if not, I understand. But he claimed one time that he was working security for the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. That he was hired by Kyle Rittenhouse. And they were interviewing, the news was interviewing him, and there was nobody there. Like, there was nobody in the street at all. Not one person. It was just him and the reporter. And he was telling the reporter that, he was head of security for Kyle Rittenhouse. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. You remember? Yeah, you remember that? That was one of the best. At all costs. That's so funny. He didn't secure a thing. The highway run. Oh, we'll get there.
God, if I hadn't ever worked, or we hadn't ever worked with the Department of Homeland Security, me just saying that I have would automatically bring me into federal investigation and saying whatever. But we have with these child predator investigations. We've worked with the Department of Homeland Security. We've worked with different law enforcement agencies. So that right there puts an end to that, because I've already had my conversations with the FBI, the DHS agents, and and it's ridiculous, and especially when they see that you're really true and who you are, because not anybody can just sit up here and spit this stuff out about what general awareness is. I don't have a teleprompter nowhere. I don't have nobody sitting there holding the sign saying, say this right now. I don't have that. So this is from the heart. This is from experience, what I've done.
Oh.
And it's coming out, and I'm letting it come out slowly, but it's coming out. And people will find out. Not everybody in life.
Have you seen the signs of following young women for trafficking in the state of Kentucky by marking the cars and following the women?
Yes, like 1F, 1B, 1F, 1B. There's
what the hell is 1F, 1B? By God. 1F, 1B? What the hell does that mean?
There's different ways they do it. Like they'll put like 1F, 1B on it, and that's for other traffickers or anybody that's in with that, to let them know. There'll be someone.
I was actually on a panel with him one time many moons ago, and I was kind of laughing at him, and then after that he said that he had big plans for him and I to work together, but that I blew that chance. I beat myself up every day over it, actually.
Who marks it? Well, we call them hawks.
Calls them hawks.
Call them hawks. That's the people who watch out, who make sure everything's clear. Because remember, they train too. They have to train in order to find you unaware. Someone who marks it. Well, we call them anybody that's in with that, to let them know. There'll be someone who marks it. Well, we call them hawks.
Call them hawks.
I like to call them hawks. That's the people.
He likes to call them hawks.
People who watch out, who make sure everything's clear. Because remember, they train too. They have to train in order to find you unaware. Most women, when they come out of Walmart or anywhere else, they've got their phone in their hand and their purse on their shoulder, and usually the purse is either.
And the purse on the shoulder.
They're heavy or whatever, and they're sitting there throwing it over the shoulder and everything. But they're mostly looking like this right here, and they're sitting here, or they're talking to someone. They're unaware. That's what that's what human traffickers obviously look for, because they obviously look for people who are unaware. And then, of course, they'll put something on top of your car, or put something in when you get in. You're not looking, and you see it, because when you sit in the front seat, you automatically sit in the windshield. You'll get back out. Once you get back out, well, that's what they want you to do. You've automatically left your car door open. You left your keys in the car.
Your car door open. But I have heard of something sort of like this before, what he's describing, but it is always at Walmart. Candace, not a fan. An entire fraud. You forgot the plot. Walmart chocolate cake is his favorite. I promise you, I've watched him eat on several occasions, and the thing about him is he loves to eat. He eats for almost every meal. He's chicken strips and sweet tea, or chicken strips and Mountain Dew. It's a constant thing.
Or whatever, that's a fact. We got one right now who's actually, he tried to kidnap a 3-year-old child, and he ran the kid back up the hill to where his mother and her boyfriend was at, and her boyfriend was going to whip the dude, and then he offered him $1,000. Okay, obviously they called the police. On the way down, he picked up another kid who was 16, and he was going to Taco Bell for his first job.
Damn, they talk rough out in Kentucky, though. I tell you that.
And he's like,
it's like that's a hardcore country accent. Not that it's bad. It's just it's pretty. Like it's about as sharp of a country accent as I've ever heard.
I'll give you a ride. Come on, get on in. So he gets in. He gets in the vehicle with him, and he passes Taco Bell up. And the kid's like, whoa, you passed it up. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm taking you back home, or I'm taking you somewhere so I can, have sex with you. And then it's like, no. So the next lie, the kid jumps out, runs up the hill, and runs around and tries to find this place for.
And of course, says, my heart does hurt for him after all this time. He looks broken and sad. Yeah, I mean, but the thing was, like, he used to do this thing a lot where he would tell people that he was making like medallions, and he would collect the money for the medallions and then not ever make the medallions. And then he would tell everybody that he was like a first responder or a military vet, so he could get like discounts. And so, like, it's not that, I think he's just effed over a lot of people,
for security and for safety. And this woman sees this kid running, this man after her, and she's scared, so she locks the door. So the next door neighbor, he's actually out working in his garage. The kid runs by there, and then of course the neighbor protects him.
I like how he says there. Sent me the. Oh, cool. Thank you.
The kid, and then he calls the police on him. Well, the next day later, maybe it might be a week later, they're looking for this guy because they don't know who he is. And he goes over to another town, another place in town, and he picks up this transsexual person. And obviously he used a filter on the internet, so he didn't look nothing like it. And but the guy's in the car, and he's having second thoughts about even having sex.
I heard something about that. Is that true?
And everything. So this is the funniest shit ever. So he's like, okay, I give up. We'll just stop here, and we'll finish the deed.
His entire family is done with his shenanigans. He's more than just a clown. He's dangerous. He lies and scams, along with his instability, hurts everyone around him. I've heard a lot of that from him. Cakes, boo! See you later.
And he's like, okay. So the child predator takes his pants off and gets out of the car to go around. Meanwhile, he leaves his car running. So the transsexual.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, making a mistake, doing something, making a mistake is one thing. Paying for your mistakes, owning up to it, or just and moving on and trying to be a better person. All of that is, part of being human, I think. But when you consistently and constantly do the same bullshit over and over and over and over and over, it's hard to it's hard to feel bad for him,
Or the trans person, transgender, I don't know, whatever you want to say, they jump over into the passenger or into the driver's seat and takes off and leaves him without his pants. The man has to go to the sheriff's department, walk to the sheriff's department without no pants. You can imagine how that went. And then, of course, after that, they arrest him, and then everything comes in, and then he's everything else comes in and it hits him, and now he's in a prison in Florida, but he's trying to plead insanity and get out of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like we deal with mostly, and to be honest with you, like these child predator stings that's online that we do, we deal with mostly people that's, I mean, you can pretty much tell. And a lot of people say, well, you're entrapping people. Here's the fact of the matter is, these things we do online, sometimes we don't even put a profile picture up. We don't put nothing on the profile. They just see that it's new people that's in the group or in the chat.
He is, yeah, he's dominating this panel. He started spiraling and some people antagonized him and made it worse. It happened.
And
dude, the back and forth between him and Benny Keys was epic.
Automatically, wow. Even with Chris Hansen, when Chris Hansen was doing the Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen endorsed me.
I don't think he did. I've talked to Chris Hansen before, but never about Ernie.
I don't know if you guys have seen them. Have you guys seen photos of where they're showing on the inside of Don's wall and you can see a hand? Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No, I don't think
What?
so.
Oh my God. I've got photos, and like I said, I get thousands of messages. I get thousands. We get hundreds of tips. But
Probably
I've got
porn
photos.
messages.
Huh?
Probably porn you get.
No, really. I mean, most of the cases.
I'm teasing with him.
I know. But literally, there's photos someone sent me, and I'll have to go back through it.
Dude,
I'm going to post these.
Is that Justin on panel here? Look right here. Is that Justin? I don't care. I don't care if you say Benny's name. Benny and I had a contentious back and forth sort of I don't know. I do wish the best for him in his future. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't pay attention to him. Justin, what the frig are you doing? Look, it's Justin.
These photos. I've never really thought about it that much because you get so many things that's fake. And then even when talking with TBI people will tell you, they get so many things that's just like, good God, far-fetched. I mean, they've even got things out there that I know that they said the aliens abducted Summer. So, I mean, and then there's actually somebody who reported that Bigfoot ran off in the woods with her. Literally reported that. So having that, I know they have to investigate every single thing. And, so with Predator Hunter Nation, I mean, some of the things we do, I mean, we have
see, like, what a nice comment this is. Abby says, I'm behind. Your voice is so calming, Josh. I love to listen late. You're so stinking funny. Your Greg Pubes impress. I can't stop laughing. Okay. What a nice comment that was. We need more beautiful comments like that. Okay.
Pretty huge following around towns, but people all the time report stuff to us, and some of them is actually legit. But there were some photos that came in that I was looking at, and there was like,
yeah. I mean, I've never. I know people say that like the Sebastian Rogers case is crazy, but I mean, I don't know. I think that Summers case was one of the most wild things I've ever seen. And mostly because, like, there in the Sebastian's case, like you have the lawsuits and all that kind of stuff, but I'm telling you, it is and continues to be crazy. Like when Dawn would get on, Dawn was just like off the charts sometimes, man. It was, yeah.
Please search this. And it was just like a few days ago. And I just kind of breathe.
It's depressing, to be honest. And trust me, I am told all the time that I messed up Summer's case.
Breathe by it because but I've seen it, and now I didn't know nothing about the case about Summer Wells, but now that that's happening, I think I'm gonna turn these photos in and turn them over. But it showed a little child's hand inside.
I mean, I don't think I did. I don't think I did at all, but I got accused of it a lot.
The wall, like there's a space. So I think that might need to be looked at. But like I didn't know nothing about the wall thing. See, I never heard, and like I said, I'm not familiar with this case at all, only from what I see from the outside of it. Like if I was really wanting to take and investigate this case and do it like we would do for a detective when I was a detective and when I was in a private investigation, I would took this case and formed an outline with it. Of course, I would have taken the agents that's working on it now, back off the case, put fresh eyes on it, and start from the beginning. That's what you'd have to do that.
As far as
Did you
goes.
did you know, guys, that Candace actually made a report on me? Did you all know that?
What?
She made a report on you.
Yeah.
Oh man, they to this day, like Queen will be like, you did all this F shit in the Summer Wells case. I didn't do anything in the Summer Wells case. That it was just Dawn. You know, I would talk to Dawn. I didn't believe Dawn a lot of the times, and he was nasty to me, and I was nasty to him. I don't like him. I don't like what he's admitted to. I don't like the way that he treated his children. And, yeah. Dude, yeah, so that was another thing. Like, I sent the guy flyers. They were refused to be signed for. They got sent back to the company and repurposed. I told him I would send him as many flyers as they wanted. And then, you know, he told everybody that it never happened. It was just a constant thing. I mean, it was just a constant battle. Yeah, he hated me, but he wanted me on his side, and he would call in all the time and argue with me, and he would argue with McDonough, and it was just... No, the flyers that were thrown in the trash were donated by somebody else. And it was like 4,000 flyers that she threw in the dumpster. And that came from Dawn to... Dawn said that to Mary. It was recorded. It was she threw away 4,000. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they actually tried to say that I was the one that got Summer Wells. I've never been around the area.
Are you shitting me?
No. There's a video out there.
One of the wildest times in the Summer Wells case was when Dawn went to jail for 8 months and I got blamed for it. I got blamed for Dawn going to jail for 8 months because he was on a live with us and he was hammered. And they said that we antagonized him to drink and drive. And that it was our fault that he went to jail for 8 months. Does anybody remember that one?
If she was with you, she'd be safe. So, yeah.
No, the hell no, she wouldn't either. She'd be out in the river somewhere trying to float.
Summer?
No, I'm talking about...
You remember? Yeah. That dude, I'm telling you, man. God. I don't remember if it was on Halloween or not. I can't remember. Yeah, I was blamed for. I mean, I'm telling you, I was blamed for it. That I was blamed that he got pulled over. I have no idea.
Candace, I thought you
No,
talking
I was
about
saying,
that.
I thought you
if
said
Summer was with, if I knew
she
where
would be
Summer was
safe.
at.
Yep, Doug was there. Yep.
I'll tell you how fast.
It was all Doug's fault, not mine.
If we knew where Summer was at exactly, I'm going to say this right here, exactly, we could have a team in a matter of minutes, literally an extraction team with even the de facto attorney general's office, and we could, with the special forces.
Did he say de facto? What did he say? I want to hear this.
Delivered back in minutes, literally an extraction team with even the de facto attorney general.
The de facto attorney general. Yeah, because he needed cigarettes, and you and Chris tried to tell him he couldn't drive, and yeah. And I heard that
Kelsey donated $5 through Super Chat.
I heard that he had the alcohol with him in the car, but I don't remember. But he was hammered off his ass.
Office, and we could, with the special forces of liberty, we could come up with a team so fast.
Yeah, Justin's gone now.
That was made of former military.
She's already been on here before many times, Susan.
Right. I mean, it could be done so fast. I mean, it wouldn't even be 30 seconds in and out, literally.
I'm telling you,
but
dude is wild.
Here's the fact of the matter is, there was a video that Candace put out about, you remember when she said that somebody had came and got Don, that he had been arrested. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Well, in that same one, she's like talking about me.
He did. I think he did have the open container with him. Pretty sure he did. Yes, he had it so Candace wouldn't drink it all. He took the bottle. Jesus Christ.
100 Nation. She's like, storm the Capitol. They make the video out.
Oh, apparently Ernie Shell was actually at the Capitol during that whole Big Bop Shabam shocker there. Huh?
They let that little voice.
What, some guys aren't allowed to go hang out at the Capitol anymore?
For her out.
We was doing general awareness.
Ernie Shell was a January 6th. He was part of this. He was part of that. Nobody knows that it's a big deal about that. I've already been questioned like, oh my goodness.
No, the FBI was after him for that. Like they were.
God, I can't even remember how many times I've been questioned about that. But anyways, for her to take that initiative and bring me into that world of Summer Wells.
Look, it started off friendly-ish, and it went south fast.
I knew for one thing that I was on to something for what I put out already on her and Don, because all we
you should have seen him during the first few days when I would gather and take supplies to the command center. He would come down there and load up like he was at the grocery store. Pissed me off. Wow. It was bad. I'm not gonna highlight that because I don't think Jinkies would want me to.
All we actually did is one of Don Wells' people he went to school with had set up an interview with us, and we drove all the way.
Fozdar donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Holy fudge balls! What's Ern Dog spouting off about it now?
Holy fudge balls! Well, no, this is old. Holy fudge balls!
Area, and then all of a sudden him canceled, but he wasn't the one that canceled, and I found that out through the setup video.
Don told me that it was R&R, rest and relaxation.
With Benny Keys.
That's what he called R&R.
Sure.
Nasty shit. I mean, that stuff is foul. Holy fudge balls! I love.
Sure, canceled that video.
Okay.
Sure, has something coming, and it's
Sure. I think he's talking about Cher, but he calls her Sure.
It's not the setup video that they did with Benny Keys and Sure canceled that video.
Okay.
Sure. Hold on 1 second. Let's take a little detour. Anybody watch the opening of the Karen Reed trial? I'll tell you what, that prosecutor's pretty good. I'd be a little nervous. I'm not going to argue with you guys about her guilt or innocence, but I'll tell you that I'm telling you, dude. Dildos in the yardos. Sure. That prosecutor's, he's something, dude. I'm telling you. I've seen him. I paid attention to the Whitey Bulger case. And he was something else, man. The guy's sharp. It's going to be a tough one. Let me see here. Hold on. And I think because there was a time where Dawn actually accused me of. My name's Josh. Is taking or kidnapping Summer. Well, he said, "How do I know you didn't do it?" or something like that. Yes. Here, I'm going to play you my. This is the very first interview this is the first time I ever talked to Don. He did accuse me of it. Yeah, it's kind of gnarly. Hi, Don. My name's Josh. It's nice to talk to you. I've never talked to you before, but I've been following this case.
You too, bud.
Now, I won't. It's already weird listening to it. Lie to you. I've been critical of you.
Right.
Both questions. Didn't he also say that was a tape of you? I think so. Something really weird. I can't remember. There was a lot of things. They said that I faked being the investigator from Utah. That it was me pretending to be being a detective from Utah, and that I tricked Dawn and Hawkins County into questioning Dawn. Swear to God. It's okay. I'm suspicious of the entire situation.
Well, most people have, bro.
Yeah. Hey, you know, it is what it is. Now, my question, that I've always wanted to ask you is, do you understand why people think that you guys aren't being fully transparent? I mean, he didn't, but the thing was, I guess he, a little bit, he sounded a little bit like me, a little, but not really. You remember that Canadian Mama Bear? That was wild stuff. Parent. He also told Chris that he would leave it in God's hands when Chris asked him what should happen to the person that did something to Summer. Hey, I know. I remember. That was weird. He was, yeah, you could say that. I mean, does that make sense to you in the public?
Well, yeah.
Because when I asked that question, it just seems as though it almost seems just impossible that nobody knows anything more than she was just taken.
Yeah, it does. It does, and I've heard that from so many people, and I get it. I really do. It just seems it does. It seems that way. And the only difference is, I mean, I know my wife. I know where I was. And we definitely know for a fact she was abducted because she's not here. I know that, and my wife knows that, but to prove that to y'all, that's a whole nother ball game.
When was the last time that you spoke to law enforcement?
It's probably been a couple weeks ago, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about them. I mean, they have their job to do. I've blown up on them a few times. I get frustrated. I get mad. I say stuff I don't mean. I just I'm so upset. I say bad stuff. I cuss. I don't mean to, but at least I'm being real. I'm telling you how my feelings. I'm not. I mean,
He gets kind of pissy.
Yeah. I freaked out a few times, and I say stuff about law enforcement because I'm upset. But I don't know what they're doing exactly. No, I'm listening to you.
No, I was just going to ask another question, but I want you to finish your answer. I do.
Okay. Well,
this summer is going to be 4 years, correct? 4 years.
I'm not sure how to answer that. What was the question again? Sorry.
Well, let me, because I don't have a lot. I don't want to take up too much of Ziggy's time, but I do want to
No,
ask.
you're fine.
Well,
You're
no,
fine.
Are you related to Ronnie Lawson? Is he your cousin?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean,
Have you heard that
like I was
rumor?
saying earlier, my dad. I have heard that. As far as I know, I'm not related to him.
So you have no
But
relationship.
my dad run away. No.
And also, a couple weeks ago, you did an interview that with one of the local stations around there, and Ronnie Lawson also chimed in, and he did refute almost everything that you claimed. How do you feel about that? I don't know if you saw that.
Well,
He said there were no
nothing
other
I can do about that. Yeah, there ain't
he
nothing
said there
I
was
can
no
do
other
about
missing
that.
children. He said the scream was unfounded. He said that the dogs did find the trail, and that. So I'm just wondering, what is your response to that? I mean, he's saying everything, each key point. He's saying people aren't missing there.
Yeah.
Nobody else is missing.
Yeah,
What do you say?
not from this area. That's true. That's true. There hasn't been any other kids come up missing from this area, and that bothers me. But I know that there are a lot of missing kids from Eastern Tennessee in this area.
Josh, from the beginning, did how suspicious about Don, or you gave him the benefit of the have I always been suspicious of him? No, I wasn't. No, not really. I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know anything about his family, and I got suspicious when they went on TV together and did one of the oddest interviews. And I think it was 13 days after she went missing. And I was just like, there's something crazy here. Because the first thing that I ever did was I made a video about reading off the TBI stuff. Like it was just to get awareness out there about Summer's case right after she went missing. And I basically just put, the TBI flyer up and then read what TBI did, or what they were saying, and all that. That was it. And then I watched their interview, and I was just, I don't know. I was just blown away by it.
Not in particular Beach Creek area, but I do know what happens on our street, and I do know what kind of stuff happens. Ronnie Lawson doesn't live on our street. He don't know what happens here around here on a day-to-day basis. I do. I mean, we live here. We see what goes on down the road, and
Well, Ronnie
the
Lawson's been the
traffic
sheriff
that's in
there a
and out of
really
here.
long time. Really long time.
He's what?
And he's
He's
been the
what?
sheriff there for quite some time.
I
Ronnie?
I misunderstood you, buddy.
I said Ronnie Lawson, the
Ronnie
sheriff,
Lawson.
has been the sheriff there for a really long time.
No,
And-
he really hasn't. When he come into power, when he first come into power here, he busted a lot of drug stuff around here. He shut a lot of stuff down when he first come into power. I remember.
He told me that Ronnie Lawson wasn't the sheriff, hadn't been the sheriff there for a really long time. Hold on one second here. So I mean, I think that he.
Remember, I was drugs first coming to power.
I knew what I was talking about.
Here, he busted a lot of drug stuff around here. He shut a lot of stuff down when he first come into power. I remember, I was here. But since he's been in power, I mean, I don't know what all they've done, but I mean, I try not to get involved with what's going on.
When is that happening, Muscles? That I wait on that anxiously as well.
Around here, I try to stay out of the drug scene and everything.
But
I'll say this: the last 7 people I've hired in a row, I've fired for being on dope. If that tells you any damn thing.
Well,
okay, I don't have nobody working with me currently because I can't find nobody that doesn't do dope. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have that kind of crap on my job, or you can't use somebody like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Like the calling the kid black. You guys use drugs.
Dude, that's prayer gardens. Oh man. God, I remember these days.
You ain't gonna hire somebody?
Or you can't use somebody like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Like the calling the kid black. You guys use drugs. You ain't gonna hire somebody that's doing drugs, but you do them yourself.
I don't use drugs.
Hey, wait. Prayer guard. No, I'll let you get back to it. Let me just streamline this really fast because I'll let you guys have a history and I don't, and I want to just get out of the way. But I do have a couple more questions. So
okay, where are you from, brother?
I'm from California.
Where are you from? Are you from? Okay, you live in California, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Certainly.
All right.
And
you don't live here in Tennessee. Okay.
But we have drugs here too. That's not.
Well, I
just
know. I just left LA. I just left LA. I know all about it. I seen it all. I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there.
It's not just an Eastern Tennessee thing. It's a United States thing. And I mean, I would venture myself to be somewhat cultured and do understand certain areas. And I'm not saying that you don't have a drug problem, but the fact is that Ronnie Lawson did say that you have little to no traffic going up your road. What do you say to that?
He don't live on my road.
I understand.
He don't live on our road, brother.
Well, I understand.
He does not live on my damn road. He lives in town in some nice house somewhere. He don't live on my road.
But he wouldn't have an idea of it. He just has.
I know my road. I know my road better than Ronnie Lawson does. I'll tell you like that. I'm not trying to be against him or whatever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that took the pictures of that red truck. I'm not trying to go against the man, but I will say I live on my road. He doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be against law enforcement or anything else. I'm not trying to dispute what they say or anything else. But I'm not naive either.
And so what you're basically saying is that, there is a lot of traffic on your road.
There was. There ain't now.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I work every day, but as far as I know, the traffic isn't as bad as it was, because every chance I get, when I'm on the news or anything else, that's what I talk about, and it's slowed down a lot. As far as I know, I don't know for sure. But hell yeah, I'm trying to slow it down. I'm trying to stop it. I'll do anything I can. I hate that stuff. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want my kids to be around it. It's wrong.
Sure.
You know.
Do you think that they're gonna, in your opinion, railroad you for this? Do you think that that's what's gonna happen?
You can't do that with no evidence. That's impossible, bro. How can you do that? You
Well, I
got to
don't
have
know.
evidence.
I don't know what evidence they have. I don't know.
They don't
I would
have no evidence, and there's no way they could ever have evidence, because it's impossible.
Yeah.
That
Well,
don't
proof,
make no sense.
well, proof of life is evidence, and there's nothing suggesting that she's actually alive, is there?
Lisa donated $5 through Super Chat.
Well,
great live, Josh. Thanks.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. This is interesting to me. He gets, which I can understand. Like I said, I understand why Don doesn't like me, didn't like me, whatever. But I will tell you that this is the first time he gets kind of pissed at me.
Well,
don't make no sense.
Well, proof of life is evidence, and there's nothing suggesting that she's actually alive, is there?
Well, no, we don't have no evidence of anything. We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I wish we did. If we knew what happened to her, we'd be all over.
And I have said this. I don't know what happened, and I don't know if you did anything. I don't know if Candace did anything. I know that Summer.
I don't know if you've
gone.
done anything.
Well, see
I don't know if you come down here and know something.
Yeah, right. Well, that's kind of a sidestep, right? Because, I mean,
come on.
Wouldn't you be the suspect and not me? I mean, I live in California.
I don't
your
know
kid's
where
the one
you've
that went
been.
missing, not mine, Don.
It sounds like you're kind of being a little bit out there, dude.
No, I'm just asking.
My kid's missing, but
I'm just asking.
I don't know what the hell you're trying to ask, dude.
I'm trying to ask you if you know if more happened than what you've told.
If I knew what happened to my daughter, I would be all over it, and she would be home. If I knew anything, she would be here with me. I love my daughter with all my heart. I mean, I know everybody, I don't know why everybody tries to implicate or say that I've done this or I've done that. I don't understand why that has happened so bad. I don't get it. I don't understand that. Yeah, I do have a criminal past. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, but when I got my kids, I fell in love with my kids. I understand that kind of stuff. Why do you think we was in church? Why do you think I took my kids to church? Do you think I'd waste my time to go get in church if I was still a criminal? No, I want them to be non-criminal. Why do you think that? That's why I drugged them there. You know?
Well, look, I'm not trying to upset you. I'm just asking questions. I
understand, and I get it, and I'm trying to answer to the best of my ability.
I understand that, and I appreciate you answering my questions, but you don't have to, and I get that, and I appreciate it. I really do.
I appreciate you. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to get upset. I get it. I understand why people think the way they think, and I do understand the criminal element, and that's why I try so hard. We sit here at night, God says he wants us all to read scripture morning and night. That's because God understands our human brain. We go out in left field right away. If we ain't in them scriptures morning and night, we're gone quickly. We forget real fast. God understands that. That's why he said morning and
kind of I guess where the worm really turned for me when I sort of was like, look, I don't believe these. I just don't believe these people. And to this day, I have no idea what happened to Summer. I have a hard time believing the story that they've told. And it'll be that way until there's a resolution. I don't believe it. And but when they did the fake phone call to Mary, the prank call, I found that kind of disturbing. Among other things. And then I'm trying to think what else. The story, to me, it makes absolutely no sense. But they did a prank. I don't know. They just wanted to. I guess they were bored and wanted to do something. So I can't remember. It's on here somewhere. I mean, we could at some point take a look at it. I mean, it might be time to start going over this stuff again. It's April, May, June. Because the 4-year anniversary is coming up. So maybe on the lab, that's something that, could probably start at the beginning. I think that's kind of what needs to, there's a lot of people that say to me, you abandon Summer, and it's just not true. I would never give up on getting her name out there, and there's a lot of new people here. So, I've said this before. I've met a lot of people, a lot of really good people that, I met a lot of really good people because of this case, unfortunately. Well, you know what? I've seen cases go on for 5-10 years, and then there's a resolution. So, hopefully that happens.
Nice. And that's what I try to do with my kids.
But I do think that the closer that we get to the 4-year anniversary, I met a lot of you people. Yeah, I've met Maud. That's right. I met Chris, and because of Chris, I met Dr. Gary. I met Justin. I met people that I didn't want to meet. I met Dawn. I met Candace. I met.
Every morning before I even went to school, sometimes I'd do my best to try to at least read.
I met Mary. Mary is a friend of mine. I met Jeannie. Met Domestic. I met Muscles.
One chapter or something. I've done my best. It's hard, that's real tough. We've been reading The Great Controversy. We got through to chapter 4, I think, or something, and try to read with them every day because I want them to understand what's coming. This world's getting evil fast.
And it's really weird because the same people that sit and talk and they defend, they defend Dawn, they defend Chris Proudfoot, and Dawn has admitted and been convicted of doing horrible things to people, horrible things. Abuse, SA, stealing panties, all kinds of just crazy shit in his past. And people defended him. I wasn't around for Cash. I don't even know the story. I came in towards the end of Classic and Sincere, Orrin and Orson, the West Boys.
So the United States was built on Christian principles. That's why God blessed this country for 200 years. Well, Christianity's going away fast. The mob rules, or the majority rules. Well, the majority now is not Christianity. Proof of that is, they got Biden in there. They got rid of Trump. I mean, that's proof right there.
Well, Trump's back now, so yeah, he eventually went on to blame the CPS stole summer, and then he said that it was because Biden's border policies, and came to True Crime Summer's case. I was watching videos. Yeah. It's
of what we're facing.
Yeah, look, Don,
our country's in big trouble.
I am sympathetic to your situation, and if you had nothing to do with it,
thank you.
My apologies to you if I offended you.
No, you're good. You're good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, before that though, one last question.
Okay, buddy.
I when I sit there and hear leaked phone calls, and I'm not for people recording people secretly, and that seems to have happened a lot here.
Right.
But I have heard you talk very derogatory about certain women in your life, and I'm not going to bring those people up. But
yeah, that's fine.
That really to me, that really undercuts the Christian aspect of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. I get that.
Yeah. And so what do you say to that? Is it a temper thing? You just feel pushed to the wall? I get that. Well,
you can push almost anybody to the point. I mean, yeah, I'm not perfect. Yeah, I might blow. I try.
When I asked him that question and I listen back to it now, I wish that I wouldn't have given him an answer. And a lot of people do that, and it's something that I've tried to learn not to do when asking people questions or doing interviews with people, because I've interviewed tons of people. I've talked to tons of people and done all kinds of that kind of stuff. And one of the things that I try not to do is give somebody an out for the question that I asked them. And I did that there. And I wasn't particularly proud of it.
I'm trying, but yeah, I have points
to the wall. I get that. Well,
you can push almost anybody to the point. I mean, yeah, I'm not perfect. Yeah, I might blow. I try. I'm trying, but yeah, I have points where I just blow. I lose it and I get mad, and that's what I know best is my cuss words. I'm sorry.
I understand.
I'm far from perfect. I've said some things.
I don't like fathers who ruin their entire families for selfishness, because their needs are more important. Their feelings are more important. I find it completely selfish. I find it completely disgusting.
A man would be so much better off if he never even knowed a woman, period, in his lifetime. That's all I can say for that. That's the biggest downfall of any man, is to, not trying to say anything bad about no women, because there's some good women out there, but that's a big downfall for a man, is a woman. I'm not trying to be mean to women. There's a lot of good women out there. Not trying to be mean.
No.
But there's What's up? That's kind of a trick question. I'm sorry. I need to back off that one.
All right. Hey, Don, thanks for answering my questions. I appreciate it. And you know what? I hope you prove people wrong. I hope I didn't even. I mean, I don't even remember what the question was. That I hope Summer's found, and I hope she's found alive. Now, like I said,
brother, I'm hoping we can all pull together. For the sake of all these children. I mean.
Samantha Joy. Yes, Josh, I'm still going through that with my father now, even after he went missing. We found him and he still chose to go back to the rug world and put us on the back burner. I mean, it's a terrible thing. It sucks. It's so messed up.
All the evil stuff in this world. There's so much evil. There's so many. We live in an evil world. I mean, all the fallen angels that were kicked out of heaven are here on this earth trying to mess with us all every day, constantly. Just, we all have our demons, every one of us.
That's true. The Murdoch trial, the Alex or whatever his name is. I don't understand. I still don't understand that. They called him Alec Murdaugh and Alex Murdoch and Alec Murdaugh. And I don't know. Didn't make any sense. Like he had like 7 different combinations of names.
Don, I wrote a letter to Summer, like circulated around the internet. And I don't know if you ever heard it or not. But I come from a really rough place as well. That's why I kind of got into this thing. And, I don't know what happened to Summer, but I know whatever happened to her wasn't fair. And I pray to God that you and Candace had nothing to do with it. But until you understand, until she's found alive and safe, the finger will always be pointed at you. You understand that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Until there is somebody else, until there's somebody else on the radar, until there's, evidence of something else, even you say that she's been abducted. TBI says they see no evidence of that.
TBI. Okay. TBI and law enforcement are allowed to lie. They might throw you off one way or whatever. You don't know exactly what they're really thinking. You just don't.
Yeah.
That's why I don't even call them anymore, because I don't know if they're telling me, what they're trying to really tell me, because they're allowed to lie all they want to. That's
it's an interrogation. It's an interrogation tactic, because usually the people that they're dealing with aren't always forthcoming, and you have to break people apart and get their stories. That's why they separate everybody. That.
I have some serious theories, and I can't even talk about them because that might throw off TBI's investigation. And they might be looking into exactly what I'm thinking, but I can't say nothing about it because that'll screw everything up. And I've made that mistake in the past so many times about what I'm really thinking. And I've tried to tell that to TBI, and they're like, oh, no. But they really could be thinking about on the same page I am. I don't know. It's just
one time when Don called me, he was upset about something, and he admitted, or no, Candace said something. We were talking about TBI, and she's like, I haven't talked to law enforcement in months. And then they both started like laughing hysterically.
Game. It's a serious game with someone's life at stake. So I can't even talk about
does that make them guilty of something? No, but I was just like, what the frig was that about? He also called me the N-word a bunch. He also said he had 7 alibis and Candace has none. She's going down. And he said a lot of crazy shit, man.
Theories or anything else any longer.
Yeah, one that you and Candace are playing. That's the game right there.
I'll let you guys go. Prayer garden, back at it. Get back to it, Don. Thanks for answering my questions. Like I said, I hope that
Appreciate you, brother.
I hope that I'm wrong
Hey,
from being critical of you, and I do apologize for that. It's just
well,
I want to
no,
keep your
it's all
daughter's
good,
name out there.
brother. It's all
I want to
good.
keep your daughter's name out
I
there.
understand how it looks. I
Yeah,
understand
sure.
how it looks.
I didn't, for some reason, I found that kind of weird too. I understand how it looks, and I mean, he said that. And if I didn't have anything to do with any of it, I'd say I don't give a shit how it looks. I didn't do shit. I want to find my daughter.
Looks, and it's all good.
I understand, but all that's like hindsight.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Thank you.
God
Take care.
bless. All right, bye.
Damn, that was a throwback, huh? Jeez. Well, that was really that derailed everything, didn't it? Holy crap. Strange. Yeah, I think maybe back to the tiger. All right, we'll go back to the tiger. Well, I mean, he hit a little rough patch. All right, back to the tiger. Let's do it.
Sure.
He did accuse me of that. It was crazy.
Has something coming, and it's not.
I think he accused McDonough too.
It's not something she wants. I'll just say that. I have something very deeply against her.
And he also threatened to kill me. I don't know if you guys remember that or not.
For what she said, personal about what we're doing with saving children and what we're doing with her new movie coming out. So sure is not. And here's the fact of the matter is, her group on Facebook, I had added that group, and I can actually show you the screenshots. And
so that kind of ties into where Ernie Shell came from. He somehow ended up intermingling himself in the Summerwells case. Yes, he said he would cut my. Yes, he did.
I know.
And then he told Mary that he would punch her.
Got like a lot of people that goes into it and everything. But as soon as I put that video up about Benny and I mentioned Sure in there,
Sure,
immediately 1 minute after I took a screenshot, 1 minute after that, she was wanting to ask questions about allowing me into the group. And so what I did is, so they send me this question thing and I'm filling it out and I'm like, hey, Sure, why now?
Hey, Sure.
Why do you want to talk now for?
Sure. Why you want to talk now? Sure.
See, what people don't understand is Sure.
It's Share. It's not Sure.
When she thought we was, okay, let me say this the right way. When she thought we were law enforcement, she thought we was. So she was going to turn Don in.
He's got a thing with the R's. Sure.
I had the screenshot, or I had the messages in, and she deleted her whole Facebook account and her messenger and started over again. This is a fact. And we had her because she's like, yeah, we'll tell you anything you want. Right there told me that,
Oh, yes, he's right there. Darn sure. Dar sure. Yeah, I think Don's learned a lot. I know that white boy's over there simping for him, going. The white boy like called the cops the other day. He was like, they put her name on a. Look, I'm just gonna say this, and I'm not trying to get into it, but nobody. You don't need permission. You don't need permission to put
up a poster of a missing child, especially when law enforcement has an Amber Alert out there asking for help. Now, I will agree that the billboards and flyers should have official law enforcement numbers on it. I concede that 100%. But nobody needs permission to put stuff up that, missing with the information.
At least she knew what was going on. And then that's why I started putting stuff together. And then, of course, more people followed. And that whole ring with it, that connection with them, I can tell you who the players are. And even the law enforcement we discussed this with are like, dude, you're right. You're right on track. And we just need that final missing piece in that puzzle. When we put this movie out there, and there's millions of people that, there, then they're going to be like thinking like, because they're all going to come back to me. They're going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want nothing to do with those people. I know who those people are. I know what their affiliations are. That's the key thing of it. You'll see me all the time hold number one up. And there are certain people who, before I go on to any chat or any kind of pod, I let them know where I'm at. I let them know what I'm doing. That way they can also come in and look around to see if the players are actually attending. Because we know when you throw that line out there, it's just a line. What people get tangled up in it, when they start getting tangled up, and then you just barely pull that line. They're in the water.
What is your movie about? I mean, what is it that's so captivating about your movie? I just need to know. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard this.
Well, we're actually shooting it right now. We've shot probably we probably got like 80 or 90 hours of footage, and we're just putting stuff together. This is a documentation. I play a special agent, and pretty much I give up the game to try to help this little girl who was trafficked, and then pretty much we go through and we're trying to find out this big child trafficking ring, and we break.
So it's a movie. It's a movie.
Here's something else. It's never before been done. It's going to be like a documentary style movie. We have to put there's action in it. There's comedy. It's just everything rolled up into one. I want to do stuff that's never before been done. I don't want to just do a documentary, put a documentary out there. I want to do something that grabs the audience's attention and it keeps them for the whole hour and a half long.
Gotcha.
He's wearing a shirt that says "Make pedophiles cry again." He's also wearing a hat like he's in Peaky Blinders.
Well, Benny's saying he's going to be part of a movie too. So
yeah, it's called Cell Block Sisters 94.
They hate each other so much. Oh, that was he's so mad. He said Benny was going to be in a movie. She said Benny was going to be in a movie too. And then this is what Ernie says.
Maybe for the whole hour and a half long.
Gotcha.
Oh man. I'd never heard that before. Have you heard that, Muscles? It may
Well, Benny's saying he's going to be part of a movie too. So
yeah, it's called Cell Block Sisters 94.
Right. I kind of thought that too. I kind of get it. I kind of wonder if it was going to be on 90 Days In.
Well, Benny's movie, here's the thing about it, people who prey on others. I mean, predators defined as people who prey on.
That, so from what I understood, and I remember what you're talking about here, but and Angie Girl says he freaking wanted to kidnap your child and film it. That he wanted to do some sort of, he said, an experiment at a park or something, which is crazy because you can't I don't know. It was one of the worst ideas I've ever heard in my life, and it would land you in prison.
People. Benny's a predator. Benny, if he don't get his way, he's threatened. I seen him call people up on the phone. Hell, he called law enforcement when I was digging.
He said something along the lines, and I cannot remember exactly what it is, so I don't want to, but it was something about setting up some sort of sting at a park somewhere, somehow, in some way, where he was going to show how easy it was. If there's anybody out there that can help me, but I don't think that I'm telling it completely proper, but
When I was out digging, trying to find this child predator and see if somebody,
it was the worst idea I've ever heard.
had said that they picked up bones or something. One of his members in the family said that. So we had a team out there and we was digging, and Benny found that out. He called every damn state, every police, every freaking thing he could do. He was listening to people on chat. It's in Tennessee. He was calling Tennessee live on this. And then he called Corbin, Kentucky. Then he called just everywhere he called. And finally he got the right one. And I was sitting there, and I was sitting right across from the police, and we was laughing our asses off at him. And it was so funny because they was reporting it in. He about had the damn SWAT team called out. And then he says, sir, don't you want the glory of finding this little girl dead body? Don't you want that glory? And then the police officer was sitting there like, well, if he finds it, or whatever, it's him, it's up. But good God, they were sitting there. My phone was ringing off the hook. I had captains, I had sergeants, and I was like,
heard about that, yeah.
And I'd already had permission to do all this. But
this was summer. Was this summer?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what he's pretending to be.
No, it's not summer, Wells. This is another case in Kentucky. This is in Kentucky.
Okay,
but
thank you.
He thought it was summer. Or no, he tried to make his audience think that it was summer, and he was going.
I vaguely remember it. It was insane.
On about it. In reality, and I'm going on record saying this, Benny Keys knows about Summer Wells. He knows more than what he's saying.
See, that's just weird. I mean,
there's more to Benny Keys than meets the eye.
Well, so does Cher.
Cher knows too. Cher's already admitted to us. Sure. She was wanting to meet. She was wanting to make an agreement where she makes an apology and she says this and that, and we was talking. And then, of course, the trolls started hitting her, and then she got with them. I'm not done with Cher or her husband, Prairie Dog, or whatever the fuck his name is.
It's Prairie Boy. Prairie Dog. So Cher's husband has a channel. I don't know how active he is anymore, but he was his name was Prairie Boy, and he called him Prairie Dog.
Ernie,
I don't know what and we was talking, and then of course the trolls started hitting her, and then she got with them. I'm not done with Cher or her husband, Prairie Dog, or whatever the
Prairie Dog. I ain't done with you, Prairie Dog.
Fuck his name is
Ernie, let me ask you this: what do you think about Josie or Jody Sue? I
don't think that's a player. I don't think it's a player in the game. I don't think that. So I don't even look at that. I only look at players. People I think.
You don't think Jody Sue's a player, or Andy, her husband? I mean, her ex.
Maybe an accomplice, but I don't think that they're actual.
Well, that would make them a player.
People of that can actually give direct answers. I know some people who slip out a lot, and they give direct answers, and they don't understand. That's why they delete their videos and delete their
What about Allie? What do you think about Allie?
I don't think. I'm just thinking. I
can't even believe, man. Allie. I can't even believe Allie passed away. That was crazy.
Thinking about the main people who are connected to Don, who are in it for the reasons he's in it, with drugs, money, and all this money where it's coming from. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm also looking at the places where they live at and what's exactly around their area, what goes on. I'm looking at the child trafficking cases around the areas that they're located in Texas, the areas in Texas. I have ranger friends in Texas who are looking at the same thing at any given moment in time that we talk to each other, and they're like, hey, look, this is what's going on here. 45-mile radius within this. We're looking at this. that's why I'm saying, I'm going to go on and say this. I'm thinking that, I'm thinking Summers being held in Texas. I'm going to say that. I'm just going to go say that. I may regret that later for putting that out there, but I'm going to say it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought there was a thing about Mexico. Don kept saying Mexico, Mexico, Mexico.
Well, I'm thinking she's not in Mexico. She's in Texas. She's in the crop right before you get to the border. That's what I'm saying. And I've already turned all this in. I've turned so
like
much
Brownsville,
stuff in.
like Brownsville.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that she did. I don't know what happened to Allie. It's like pneumonia, and I don't know what happened to Leslie. They said a heart attack. But two of the people that were interviewed, McDonough interviewed, I believe it was Hunter, Allie, Leslie, and Great Grandbun, and yeah, Leslie and Allie both passed away.
Feel like down in that area.
I don't have a town right just yet. I mean, we've actually had people who are looking for us. Let me just say this. There's a connection that we established back years ago. And I'll tell you about this connection. It's called the Future Recovery Agency Network. There's about 2,000 or 3,000 people.
You know what? I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, Sandra. Oh, man, I remember that. Sandra was the greatest. I don't know. Look, these aren't the healthiest. They weren't the healthiest type of people. And as time goes on, Jose passed away too. But I don't know.
Our agents, their licensed bonding officials, what we would do with fugitives when I'd be in Tennessee and then I'd have a fugitive out in California.
Yeah.
We would make that call.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be conspiratorial about it, so I just, yeah.
And we reach out. So
I don't want to be disrespectful to them, in death.
So I get on the internet, I get on Facebook as a group, and I would be like, who's on in California? Within seconds, somebody would say, hey, bro, I got you. What do you need? What part? What area? Well, I need San Bernardino, California. Okay, I'm about 20 minutes from it. Hey, can you do a spot check for me? Yeah, sure, bro, sure. And then, of course, I'd have to send that information, usually the warrant showing that it's official, that it's an official warrant, and that it is
what the hell's he even talking about?
Active warrant. And then, of course, I would send it to them, their bonding company or whatever company they work for. If it was a private or even privatized is in these groups. And then they would do a 20-minute run, like a spot check. And then, of course, if that person was there, they would make the arrest under California, and under their jurisdiction and under their bonding company and their license. They'd make that arrest. And then we would arrange for extradition and how we could actually extradite that person back into Tennessee. And then, of course, we'd use other agencies with it. And then, of course, we would help with the money. So that was a real big help because when you put people out there on the road actually looking, and you're paying, hotel expenses, you're paying your manpower, So look,
yes, he can.
So if we can do that with fugitives who don't want to be found, imagine what we can do with children who would love to be found.
Ernie, are you from Tennessee? Is that what you're saying?
Originally, I'm from Kentucky, but I'm in the Tennessee-Kentucky area.
Okay.
He's in the Tennessee-Kentucky area. What area is that? Dude, merge. That was one of the craziest things. Andrew doesn't like me either. Remember when he was all, F you, lab?
And I'm glad that you made it up here because it's nice to get to know you and to hear your...
Who's this lady talking?
Your philosophy and what you want out of this. And what you're
looking because we're on a 60-plus day mission every day, state to state. This is going to kill me out. I know it is. I've done this once before, and good God Almighty. And we're looking at 14-hour-plus days, and then we got to drive to the next state, house where we're going to meet representatives, Congress members, and governors, and people are going to see that, and it's going to be on will be on my channel, and they're going to be like, "What in the fuck does this guy do? What does this guy do?" because we're passing these laws that for children, child trafficking, and people actually see, because I'm actually putting the effort out there. I'm applying myself. These other yahoos and people, they're behind their computer screens not doing shit at all. Only thing they're doing is killing their own subscribers. When you make videos and you keep making the videos about the same damn person, like I told you a while ago, I'm the only person I know on YouTube who could actually miss their own live and check it out on 5 other YouTubers' channels.
And Ziggy is like putting the platform out there, which is amazing. I mean, I love that. Thank you, Ziggy. Thank you, Ziggy. Because I'm telling you, I wouldn't have even met him before. I would not have even met him. I mean, I couldn't even get anybody to like say his name or his channel or anything. So thank you.
But you have to understand, there's a reason they won't want my name mentioned. There's a reason.
I know.
Because you'll see us day by day going to different state houses, meeting with the governor, taking photos, doing all this stuff that, that proves that we are the real people. We are making these laws happen. And, it may not happen, I might not see nothing out of it financially because I'm not getting paid a dime for this. I'm leaving my home. I'm leaving my comfortability of New York. I'm leaving my career right.
Yes, Ziggy absolutely married Fred. They're married now. They've been married for a year or so. Or I'm not sure how long.
Because this is the Special Forces of Liberty last stand. And, this is the last thing I'm doing. After that, I'm going to find me a wife. I'm going to find me some kids. I'm going to find me a desert island somewhere. This is controlling the narrative.
So he's going to find himself a wife, find himself some kids. The frig does that
Watch
mean?
it. I'm going to go on the record. This is the Special Forces of Liberty last stand.
Special Forces of Liberty last stand. He's wearing a shirt that says "Make pedos cry again."
And, this is the last thing I'm doing. After that, I'm going to find me a wife. I'm going to find me some kids. I'm going to find me a desert island somewhere. This is controlling the narrative. Watch it. I'm going to go on the record I'm going to officially say this now. Watch arrests be made here soon. Okay?
Remember, this is 2022.
I'm going to say that. And watch it pertain to possibly some YouTubers.
I don't know what the find me some kids. That's just maybe he meant to say have me some kids. Find me a wife, have me some kids.
How's that? You like that?
Ernie, stop it.
You like that?
Yeah, I love it, but stop it.
I'm just going to say that.
Stop it.
I'm just going to say there's going to be a connection somewhere along the line.
Ernie, stop it.
How's that? You like that?
It reminds you of T-Rev. I don't know who's I think Ernie's probably more delusional.
Ernie, stop it.
You like that?
Yeah, I love it, but stop it.
I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say there's going to be a connection somewhere along the lines of people who stepped out of bounds and then they can't get back in bounds. And the people who did this wasn't counting on Summer Wells being viral like it went.
I agree with that, actually.
Now that the money situation is going up and it keeps going up, you watch what happens. But I'm saying this too, they got too comfortable and they let a certain bunch of things slip that they should have never let slip. When you're in bed with different YouTubers and you're friends one minute, you're not friends the next, you're slapping the hell out of this and you're slapping the hell out of that and you're fighting and all this bullshit drama. You have to.
I won't disagree with you. But he's pretty calculated too. So how mental is he really?
Remember one thing. You talk to other people. Loose lips.
Sink ships.
Loose lips. Mm-hmm. That information gets back to people.
Yep.
It reminds me of the time my uncle, something happened to his 2 front teeth. They got knocked out in a bar fight or something. And he showed up one day to the house I was probably 14. He was coming to give my cousin a ride home. And he busted through the door and he didn't have his front his front teeth were gone. And he comes in and he goes, he says, taxi's here. And I thought it was really funny. And then in that same interaction, we were talking about something and he looks me dead in the eye and he says, loose lips think thips. And I was like, could you have said like a worse thing?
Some people, you never want that information to get back to because they have those networks and they have those connections and they're affiliated.
Luth, yeah, he said right to my face, he was like, Josh, loose lips think thips.
With more than you'll ever know. That's all I'm going to say. Much respect. Right. You guys support us, support Operation Rescue Our Children, what we're doing. You'll see in the next 60 plus day, this operation. This is a military style operation as we do report to the Joint Chief of Staff.
As we do report to the Joint Chief. Are you going to wear your Make Pedos Cry Again t-shirt when you meet with the Joint Chiefs of Staff? I'm sure he is. The Joint Chief of Staffs. Yeah, I'm sure he is. I don't know. 7 Thithylene Thophidith. Yeah, I mean, it was just he did. I think so. There was something there. I'll tell you that right now. That's so funny. Okay. Well, let me see. History. I don't know. There's so much to do. There's so much to do. We could discuss this forever. Luth lips think thips doth. It's like, yeah, totally.
Andrew the Giant. Straight to the dome and straight to the throat.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew the Giant.
All right, guys. I'm out of here. It's been almost 3 hours. We'll work on the Q&A. I'll talk to Muscles and I'll talk to... How about we save the highway run for tomorrow? Jeez. It's hard to believe it's been almost 2 years since my last hunt. Thanks for the memories, dog. The hell? Where did you find that at? That's crazy shit. Wow. Crazy how it feels tonight. Crazy how you make it all right.
I don't know if Hong understands this is America. People could say what the fuck they want in America. If he has a problem with freedom of speech, you can go back to China.
Lab After Dark is starting shortly.
No drama, no trolls. It was cool, man. Had a good time hanging. Good show. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you very much. We'll be back tomorrow. Do it all over again. But I think that because of the 4 years, it's not that very far away. I think we should probably talk about it more. There's a lot to discuss. Okay. Just so you guys know.
It's not good here either. Okay. Okay. Crazy. Okay.
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Thank you guys so much for being here. And you know what? We can still do a Macho and Otis stream. Because they would love to do it. And, you know, Muscles and Samantha gifted all those memberships. So we made more than our goal. They want to see, they want to be seen, they want to dance. They love it. I got one of those, you know those wishbones that they have at the store that dogs go crazy for? I bought the big one. It's too big for them, but they like it. Bombing it up. I'm on late. We're Lab After Dark. It's just too big. I should have got the medium. I got the large. We'll do it this weekend.
Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Find a belly dancer.
Right.
Well, you open that Pandora's door. Andrew the Giant. Andrew the Giant. Andrew the Giant.
Straight to the dome and straight to the throat.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever.
You are a morbidly obese. You are a morbidly obese. Well, you open that Pandora's door.
I forgot to set our fucking goal for our 50 goal or whatever, but it starts out at $1, okay? Just like I did last time. So if we did 50 of them for $1, that's $50. So, thank you, Josh.
Right.
What's the point?